My name is Dylan Wall. I'm Executive Director of Nebraska Folklife. We serve as the state's only folk and traditional arts program. Our mission is to foster, sustain, and increase awareness of Nebraska's living cultural heritage.
So the importance of Nebraska Folklife is that it brings together not just a community, but communities across the state. And the information that they keep and they give back to the communities is instrumental in teaching people, or the community in itself, about what cultures we have in this community, in the state of Nebraska.
And look at us right now. We're German, Sudanese, English backgrounds and things like that. But we really did not preserve that history. So what Nebraska Folklife is doing, or what we're doing, is digging that lost history and bring it into surface. And that's what we really need.
Across the state, a lot of kids would not be able to know more about what the Mexican-American culture was like, what the Yazidi culture is, what the African culture is, what the African-American culture is. And I think that it takes an organization like this to be able to contain that information and present it to not just the kids in the community, but also people who are continuously coming in to live in this community.
We're the only organization that does this kind of work in the state, and a lot of people take, for granted their own culture and other people's cultures that are represented in Nebraska.
When I talk to people and say, hey, tell me a little bit about Nebraska, they will just do the Cornhusker, the football, and the corn. It's like, no, I want more. How did they get here? What kind of songs did they sing? What kind of instruments did they play? Their way of life, their styles, their cooking. How did they cook? Those kind of things are really important. That's why Nebraska Folklife comes to kind of preserve, but also revive and bring it to surface.
One way we educate the public is through our series of multimedia cultural education trunks.
It's a trunk that's made of a lot of items that we collected, and it represents different cultures. Like we have a Sudanese trunk. So that trunk, with that little box, is mobile, and it can go around to different schools, and people can see and can touch things that are from Sudan, some Sudanese folklore, things like that.
Nebraska Folklife has a lot to give back to the community, not just in Lincoln, but across the state. And without their support in organizing the events, without the support of the educational resources that we have, we wouldn't have those resources. And so it is important that we give to Nebraska Folklife, that we support them so they can continue to grow, to continue to give for future generations in the state.
People need to give to arts. We can't really live without arts. Arts is everywhere.
On this Give to Lincoln Day, we encourage you to contribute to Nebraska Folklife and help us continue our mission to foster, sustain, and increase awareness of Nebraska's living cultural heritage.
I believe in their mission because they're truly the people who are preserving the history, folklore of Nebraska.